Okay, hello everyone, welcome to another episode. We're going into the Realm of Torment. Now, we're not actually in it right now, because I just wanted to show you before we start our final chapter, the adventure down there, that when you complete the Ruins of Mora, it actually unlocks another outpost for you, right in the middle of the Ruptured Heart. And there's a description here which is easily missed. So, it was here that Abaddon and the Margonites challenged the power of the five true gods, and here that the other gods smote the god of secrets down, imprisoning him and his following in a realm of torment. This once beautiful land is now a crater, littered with the trapping of a god, and above it the mouth of torment hangs, a weakness in the world, a globe of pure evil, beckoning all to their doom. And that was the big kind of green stuff that we saw in the mission, I believe, but now obviously it's just sort of all these ruptures and stuff here. This is a pretty cool outpost actually, because, well, if you're actually playing the game, there's a hero skill guy here and a skill guy over there who gives you some pretty good skills that are easily missed, and also because in the middle you get this effect on you called approaching the vortex, which makes you move 50% slower. Now, this game doesn't actually have a walk feature, funnily enough. In fact, they've only just announced that it will be in Guild Wars 2, and everybody's very happy about that, because before that nobody thought it was going to make it in. But this is like one of the only ways really to walk around and look like a badass in your armor. But yeah, you can do it, and beneath us you can see this giant hole. This always reminded me of kind of the holes you see in FF10 too. But yeah, so pretty much you go into the vortex. You can also use the vortex on the main map. The swirling vortex unleashed by the death of Varish Ossa leads to the Realm of Torment. And say goodbye to the world, guys. Say goodbye to the Sunspear Great Hall and all of this stuff, because we're not coming out. And you walk into the middle and it takes you through to the Gate of Torment. Right, now, there's lots of stuff to talk about here. Kind of lots of stuff is going on. It's not just Margonites and demons down here. Other gods, other things are kind of happening and helping people out. So there's a few people that I want to talk to, and a quest I want to do before we do the main quest. But yeah, so this outpost is pretty big. It's like, you know, any other capital city. It's got all of the main features you'd find, but nobody ever uses it or comes here because there is no map here. I love this, that there's no map. You know, this is the Realm of Torment where the God of Secrets is, and like all the knowledge of the maps nobody knows. You get fog of war everywhere, even in this outpost. It always fogs over and you've got to walk around before you know where's where. So yeah, not many people are here, but there's lots of quests and lots of people to talk to. Now let me try and remember. I think we want to speak to this guy first, Keeper Jin Xia. Okay, Forgotten. Lots of Forgotten around here. He says, "Greetings, fleshy one. I am Jin Sayar, a forgotten keeper of evil souls banished from the mist to flounder here in the Realm of Torment. The five gods themselves imprisoned Abaddon in this wretched place to hide his corruption from the world. Your presence on this plane demonstrates how well that plan has worked out." So you get the Forgotten here. The five other gods, as you know, they brought the Forgotten to the world to watch over Tyria and stuff, and the Forgotten are always very loyal to the five gods. It turns out loads of Forgotten were sent down here to keep this place hidden, keep it secret. But Abaddon's corruption, sort of, as we go through here, you're going to be learning a lot about kind of people being touched by Abaddon. Do you remember ages ago, it was said that Cormyr had been touched by Abaddon. We're not sure why or when she was touched by Abaddon. That will be revealed to us later, but she was. And sort of this corruption, this is how Abaddon spreads his influence over the world, and everyone kind of touched it here, even if they're innocent souls, like this person here, who's now mad. She says it is not hands that summon them, it's a desire. They usually just spout crap that you can't really understand. A fountain of youth. It was a fountain of youth, and now I'll be young forever. Anyway, even innocent people have been sent here because they get corrupted by Abaddon. They get tainted, and they're sort of banished down here because the gods want to hide everything that's going on. Right, so that was one person. I know there's some other Forgotten that I want to talk to sort of introduce us to the area. Did I read the description of this outpost? I don't believe I did. So we even get different icons, which I think is really cool. Anyway, the Gates of Torment stand upon coagulated reality, extruded by the Realm of Torment into the real world. It is nothing more than a thin crust of the real world, floating on the edge of the insanity that is Abaddon's prison. Beyond this gate, the forces of Abaddon must not be allowed. If the gate is sundered by the Dark God, his evil will pour forth unto the world unabated. So remember when we got to the Gates of Desolation, I said the gates would kind of become a little bit of a theme. There's another gate as well, but I've forgotten it. Anyway, so all of pretty much the outposts here are gates. They are gates to things, which is quite a nice little touch. Another mad soul. Looks like he's from Ascalon. It is you, Chirai. Save me, Chirai Ossa. You have come for me at last. No, I'm not Chirai. I'm sorry, I'm just not. There's a man Taiheing. Most people are dead. There's actually 2 living people here. They're like collectors, which is really weird. Maybe I'll see him. Come, brother, let us bathe in the light of Lissa's glory. But yeah, this is a big place. I'm just desperately trying to find the people that I want to speak to. And a lot of the areas are barren and stuff. Right, here's another cool little feature though. Can you see sort of the background, right? We're just kind of in nothingness. I think asking how this has come to be or what is even going on here just wouldn't make any sense. There's no point even trying to figure out what we're seeing. But you can see in the distance, through the nothingness, through the mists, or wherever we are, you can see other sort of bits of land. And funnily enough, these are all of the other outposts that you can go to here in the domain, in the Realm of Torment, which is really cool. So you see that place over there? Somehow, eventually, we'll find our way across the nothingness and arrive on that little island of reality over there, and this one over here, and this one over here, and dotted all around you can see all of the different places. In fact, this one over here, let me try and get a good angle of it, is the last place we'll ever go in Nightfall. After we've finished the game, after we've seen what's through that gate, after we've done all of that stuff, we will eventually get over there. At least I think it's over there. And that's where the last Nightfall episodes I'll ever do are going to be. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But I can't find anyone. I'm probably going to have to speed it up, guys, because I definitely didn't want to waste too much time wandering around here looking for people. So, yeah. The horrible kind of fleshy looking area over here. Are you one of the people I wanted to speak to? Can no one stop the return of Abaddon? Yes, I can, or at least I'm going to try. I cannot believe my eyes. I could swear I saw my homeland of Jahai just outside this place. Only it looks so different, so warped. I don't know what it means, but I hope the real Jahai hasn't suffered such a fate. Okay. So that's a little sort of hint to the explorable area we're going to soon. Let's keep moving. Oh, here's one of the people I wanted to speak to. This man here, Viali. Viali's quite interesting. Most of the people around here are ghosts, but this guy is a zombie. Why is he different? Why is he in chains? Well, it could have something to do with what he has to say. He says, the last thing I remember, Char warbands were rampaging through ore. Then, a deafening explosion rocked me from my feet and a bright light engulfed me. I awoke to find myself here. I don't know what I've done to deserve an eternity in this nightmarish realm. So this man's an Orion. He's not one of the only people who we explicitly know is an Orion, except he's undead. Is it because of the dark magic the Vizier unleashed and he became this way? Who knows? Who knows? But sort of awe. And I love this realm because all of the quests and stuff, they kind of take characters and things from all over the other places. And some of the quests, this is kind of what grounds all of the world together and makes it feel like one coherent universe, instead of just an Asian-styled area, a Middle Eastern-styled area, blah, 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 sort of loosely connected. Here's the other guy, Keeper Zealous. Right. So this guy has to say, we are the keepers of Abaddon. Our task has been complicated of late by the aid the Dark God has received from the fallen god, Doom, as well as Balthazar's half-brother Menzies. So you'll remember quite a lot I've been talking about how there are these realms, 2 realms of the gods you can go to. You can go to the Fissure of Woe and the Underworld. I've not done episodes on them, but in those 2 places, pretty much, you're fighting Doom, Grenth's predecessor, the god of death before Grenth, and you're fighting Balthazar's half-brother Menzies. And both of those gods are trying to affect things here in the Realm of Torment, which is quite cool. There's even a quest I was going to show you, but I'm not going to anymore, where you see like an emissary of Doom going to Abaddon's minions and saying that they're going to help each other and stuff. But yeah, this is why things are sort of falling apart a little bit for the Forgotten, because there's another outpost, because recently they've begun to get overwhelmed as Abaddon's got more allies. So yeah, I think that was mostly what I wanted to talk to. Let's go, but before we do the main quest, I want to do a single secondary quest, which takes us out into the Nightfall and Jahai, which you might have seen the gate of just over there. Where is he? Okay, well, there was nothing here. There is one thing, though. Can you see that portal over there? That's another exit. There's 2 exits. One to the Nightfall and Jahai, and one exit over there. That goes to a place called the Shadow Nexus, okay? And that's a challenge mission down here, which can let us get even more hero armor. I'm not actually going to go to that just yet, though, because literally in the last episode I showed you a challenge mission. We'll go to that later and talk about that later. For now, I just want to do this quest, and then we'll go meet Cormier. But yeah, a lot of people tend to not know how to get to the Shadow Nexus because it's like buried in the very back of this outpost. But yeah, that's where it is. So here we've got some secret keepers all the way over here. These people get the inscribed secrets. They say, tell me a secret. And that's sort of... So the rewards for the quest you get here give you that. There we go, here are the Forgotten. And that's how you can get items. It's the same system as we've seen in all the other regions. Right, so there's 2 Forgotten here, and I'm going to do this quest before we do the primary one. This man's called Commander Furnace. He says, demons assault us daily. Abaddon moves ever closer to freeing himself. Now, one of my patrols has gone missing. This particular patrol, we call them the Odd Bodies, is of questionable merit and ability, but I need every being who is willing to fight. Still, it would be foolish of me to throw more guards away in a failed rescue attempt when the lost scouts may already be dead. Perhaps you can find Captain Yithlis and his patrol. If you accept this task, speak to Archivist Zisthus. He may have some information that you will find valuable. Okay, so he deserves the same loyalty as any other soldier. I'll find him. Alright, so the Odd Bodies, as we go through the Realm of Torment, there's like this side kind of quest story-ish going on about the Odd Bodies and what they do. They're this really cool team of people. They're a bit like, do you remember in the Jade Sea there was that group of Luxons, of adventurers? They're kind of like those, I guess, in that they've kind of got their own story that we'll be seeing as we go through. Anyway, it doesn't actually, for the quest, he told us to speak to this Forgotten. The quest doesn't actually make you do that, so this is something people often miss if they're not reading the stuff. But here, so you can speak to this guy and he'll tell you about all of the different members of the Odd Bodies. So he says, so you wish to learn more about Abaddon's rejects? Reprobates, idiots, a less likely group of heroes you would be hard pressed to find. Which one of those misfits should I tell you about? Okay, so tell me about their captain first. Not many know this, but Captain Yithlis is the son of Commander Furnace. So we're actually going to his son. He doesn't like his son, though. Obviously, he thinks he's an idiot. Right, the 2 of them haven't spoken in years. When he was younger, Yithlis was assigned to a patrol with 2 of his broodmates. The scouting party ran afoul of a horde of demons, and only Yithlis survived. Branded a coward, interrogated for treason, Yithlis was found not guilty, but that did not stop Furnace for blaming him for the death of the other Forgotten. That day, Yithlis lost his reputation, his brothers, and his father. Wow. And it was, if you think about it, that wasn't even his fault. His father's a bit of a dick then, I guess. Anyway, so tell me about Garfaz Steelfur. From the name, can you guys guess who this might be or what race this person might be? Garfaz is a mighty Char warrior known for his powerful deeds, things you and I consider barbaric. He has destroyed garrisons, set Ascalon's villages to the torch, and stood alone against the best warriors in Tyria. Do you curse him for his actions? Be glad of them, for without him many of those here would be dead already. When he first entered the Realm of Torment, he led a much greater band of Char. They served the titans that his race worships in the living world. Demons, however, are notoriously ravenous. Seeing the souls of his Char brothers devoured has caused Garfaz to change sides, and we are lucky for it. So of course the Char would be coming here if you think about it, because the titans are from this realm. So obviously if you're fighting in their name, when you die your soul's going to come here. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Right, so there's another person who's very interesting. The Lost. The Marganite known as the Lost is an enigmatic creature. He has seen his people robbed of their future. He chooses to leave them and make his own. I don't know much about his motivations or intentions. He was found wandering the desolate landscape, screaming to the heavens to release him from this nightmare. When Captain Yithlis brought him to us, he would not say what words had passed between them. The Lost rarely speaks or moves other than to kill. And that is for the best. Commander Furnace is always looking for some reason to destroy the traitor Marganites. So we get, they've actually got a Marganite on their side, which is pretty amazing. Scout Actum. Scout Actum was a member of the Sunspears, a group I believe you are familiar with. Oh yes, we are. He was an ambassador to the Cornins. His mission was to prevent war. When Cormyr's soldiers attacked, the Cornins turned on Actum. He was killed in the assault on Corna and found himself here, tainted and sacrificed by the very Cornins he was fighting to save. Ironic, is it not? So if you remember, the Sunspears were banished from Corna, so this must have been just one Sunspear of many that was killed for being in their lands when that happened. Because don't forget, Sunspears aren't just Istani, they're all 3 regions. Tell me about Thinimi. Thinimi is a contemptible being. He's a coward and a thief. He was once the commander's chief advisor. The less said about him, the better. Okay, not sure whether we're really going to like him. Okay, and tell me about Igraine. Igraine is from a land called Ascalon, where she served a guild known as Ascalon's Chosen. I'm unsure as to how she was tainted by Abaddon and cast into the Realm of Torment. She does not share her stories. So we've actually got a Char working alongside a woman from Ascalon. How cool is that? Ascalon's Chosen, if you remember, that's the guild that Devonna was in, and Devonna's father. And Rurik and all that lot, way back to prophecies, all that kind of stuff, way back to pre-searing really was when I was talking about Ascalon's Chosen. So I think it's so cool that they just add all these kind of things together. Right, so those are the odd bodies. Let's go see what we can do about them. I'm going to go over to this gate here that we saw earlier and head through into, yes, you guessed it, Nightfall and Jahai, which is pretty much the nightmare copy of Jahai Bluffs, which is pretty crazy. Okay, here we go. Here's the gate. Going out into what appears to be a bridge that goes out into nothing but mists and craziness. And however this works, I don't know. we end up in another sort of fragmented portion of reality down here, which is Nightfall and Jahai. That's the garrison over there. Now, they really ramp up the difficulty here, so I do apologise if I start dying and stuff, but I'm not playing with a compass. My guys aren't particularly good. Anyway, the Forgotten Warden. You must assist us. I was once a jailer. With Abaddon's rise, the beasts I imprisoned broke their bonds and escaped. I am now tasked with destroying the graven monoliths I let escape. If you will lend your all too fleshy hand, I shall bestow upon you the mark of those who fight on the side of light. Okay, I'll see what can be done. So yeah, the Forgotten used to have this all under control, but it's just slowly got worse. So we're going to be seeing quite a wide variety of enemies. Monoliths for one. And in fact, the funny thing about this is when I first came here, I was so shocked by the difficulty because I ran around grabbing all of the quests from the people, and there's one quest back out in the Gate of Torment. You can see we're all the way over here for some random reason. One of the quests makes this massive assault appear here at the front, and literally you walk out of the gate and suddenly you are being swarmed by tons and tons of demons, which is pretty great, I think. But because it really makes you realise, holy crap, things are dangerous here in the Realm of Torment. We'll just have to make do with what we can. So the whole garrison, the Cornons, this is Varish's garrison pretty much, and this just kind of shows how Abaddon doesn't give a fuck about her or Corner or anything. She was just a means to an end. Look, in his own vision of this place, he's just completely destroyed the whole garrison. He just doesn't care. Anyway, hopefully we're alright. So this quest, the Odd Bodies, it takes you to the back of the garrison. This is kind of near where we got the treasure before, if you remember. And there you can see the Odd Bodies, and they're actually going to be attacked by these torment creatures. So you've got to kind of run through and help them out. They're actually very good fighters. A lot of people recommend that because it's so dangerous, so hard in the Realm of Torment, that you actually get these. Once you complete this quest, they start wandering around with you. And a lot of people recommend that you never actually finish that quest, just so that you have these allies with you down here. But of course, if you don't do that, you can't sort of follow the Odd Bodies as they journey through the Realm of Torment alongside you, essentially, which is a real shame, I think. So anyway, so here we're going to have huge groups of the demons that were there at Gandhara that wiped us out, and we're going to be facing them. We've also got lots of Marganites, we've got Menzies minions, we've got Doom's minions, we've just got the whole load, guys. They're all going to be around here. Of course, these torment creatures as well, as you'll see, these were the very things that... I mean, look at all the hexes I've got on me. This is unbelievable. Okay, so this first quest is pretty much a defense quest. So after I've spoken to the guys, I'll just cut it until it's done. So let's speak to Igraine first. Sorry, I can't quite remember who you are. Oh, hello. Oh, she was the Ascalonian girl, I assume. Oh, hello. Do you know where we are? It's also very strange. I'm not certain how I got here. If I have to spend all of my eternity keeping Abaddon at bay, then, well, at least it's a worthy cause. Okay. So this is the Lost, an actual allied Marganite. Look at him. He's got a face like that. You might recognise that face. Looks a little bit like the face we saw over the Staff of the Mists, where that was buried. That is not a coincidence. Anyway, the Lost, what does he say? The Marganites are a dead race. We do not have children, we do not change from the old ways. My people are as stagnant as a fetid pond. My only consolation is the thought that soon there will be no Marganites left to plague the world. We were wrong to devote ourselves to Abaddon. Wow, okay, so remember where the Marganites came from. They were originally sailors on the Crystal Sea. For some reason they started pledging their allegiance to Abaddon. For some reason they changed, which we'll learn later. Scout Actum. I was a devout man who followed the 5 true gods. I did my best to serve Alona. I went to Farina, the first city, on Cormyr's orders. Look at what my devotion and my service have won me. An eternity of torment. Wait, so do you think this guy was actually here when we did that mission ages ago at Farina? That'd be amazing if he was. I never checked, so I don't know. Anyway, who else have we got? We've got the Char, Garfaz, Steelfur. Greetings, human. Have no fear. If we encounter demons, you can hide behind me. They won't lay a claw on you. Gotta love the Char. I don't trust you, stranger, but then I don't trust anyone. Present company included. Alright, that's everyone. These are all the odd bodies. And finally, the guy who lost his brothers and stuff. Containing Abaddon has cost us countless lives, but so long as one of my peoples remain, we fulfill our sacred duty. You were sent by Commander Thurnis. I didn't think he'd risk sending anyone to look for us. We were sent on an intelligence gathering mission and uncovered some very disturbing things. Our enemies caught us on our return, pursuing us for the past few days, but we can run no more. At any moment, another horde of demons could attack. This is as good a place as any to make a stand, Captain. Our new human allies are welcome to join us in the desperate fight. Yes, this is a good way to die. I'm not going to die here. Stop talking that way, Garfaz. How much gold have you, stranger? Perhaps we can buy off these Marganites. I know my people, they would try to destroy us. We must not let them. In other words, Thenemi, the demons might kill you. If one of my spells go wrong, I might too. Why not just fight? Quiet, my friends, this is a good place to make a stand. Yes, even you, Thenemi. Igraine, ready eye spells. Garfaz, front and centre. You will be our war. It's time. Oh no, they're coming. Run for your... fight for victory. I don't like that line about this guy being the wall. It makes a horrible reference to the idea of tanks, which Guild Wars has always been good for kind of discouraging. Anyway, so here are all the guys. It's quite a difficult quest. What you want to do, ideally, is make sure that you always start each wave of attackers at the back so that the odd bodies actually start fighting. It's very easy to move forward too far and then the odd bodies won't help you out in the battle. But it's a long quest and... oh my god, I've been talking... I'm only here and this video's gone on so long and I'm only here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just cut the whole thing because there's no more dialogue until the end. It's just people charging at us from over there. Okay, so yeah. Whew, okay, right. That's that patrol done. Sorry, that quest done. The missing patrol done. Hurrah! We wouldn't have survived without you, my friend. For what it's worth, you have the gratitude of the odd bodies. You get another quest to bring them back. They call us the odd bodies. Go ahead, laugh. The keepers chuckle when they see us muster. But they see us as a group of rejects. But I would pit my squad against anything in the Realm of Torment can throw at us. I'm proud to command these misfits. That said, we find ourselves in a difficult position. We have not rested for days, but we have important information for Commander Thurnis. Escort us back to the Gate of Torment, otherwise we might not make it in one piece. So obviously they were out scouting, they found something. They don't want to tell me yet though. And this quest is honestly just as simple as going back, but they do spawn, annoyingly, they spawn some torment creatures constantly, like these guys here. They just pop out of nowhere as well. So what I'm going to do is, we've already seen the walk and this episode's got too long, so I'm going to cut it till I get back and then I'll show you something else and then we're going to have to end the episode. Alright, there we go. So, quest updated, the odd bodies is now done. If I press M though, you can see here there's a portal. And that's because, do you remember where the Sunspear Sanctuary is? This is Jahai after all. And actually where the Sunspear Sanctuary was, there's an outpost there, sort of a hidden outpost. That not many people really go to. There's not much reason to go there. There is something interesting up near where the monument to the defeat of Palawa Joko was, however. And I just narrowly missed that group. Look how big they are. And since we've completed the Odd Bodies quest, I'm going to quickly go over to this portal. I'll cut it till I get there. And go in to unlock it. And I think there is where we'll end the episode. Alright, so here we go. Right, so the monument's up there on the left. I'm going to come in through this cave, though. And yeah, remember, this is the exact place that one of the exits to the Sunspears Sanctuary was. And if we come here now, it is still a safe haven for us. This is the gate of the Nightfallen lands. But yeah, my timer says that I've been filming for 40 minutes, guys, so I'm going to have to end the episode. There's so much other stuff I want to show you. So next episode, we'll be doing the main quest. There's the Gate of Torment, by the way. This is the Gate of Torment right here. So like I said, you can see all of the outposts. It's so cool, isn't it? So that's where we were earlier, and we've now somehow managed to warp ourselves over here. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to stop. So yeah, I will see you next time, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the episode.